Imagine if you could make your dreams come true just by changing how you think. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, that's exactly what Louise Hay taught, and her method has helped millions of people around the world. But here's the thing. It's not about waving a magic wand or making wishes. It's about something much more powerful that's already inside you. Your thoughts? Louise Hay's method is like a hidden superpower we all have, but most of us don't know how to use it. It's simpler than you might think, but it does need a special way of looking at the world. The best part? Anyone can learn it. Yes, even you. But why should you care about this method? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt stuck in life? Like no matter what you do, things just don't seem to get better? Maybe you've tried to change your job, your relationships, or even yourself, but nothing seems to work. That's because there's something holding you back, and it's not what you might expect. Here's the hard truth. If you don't learn to use your thoughts in a positive way, you might never see your dreams come true. It's not because you're not trying hard enough, or because you're not lucky. It's because your thoughts are working against you without you even knowing it. Think about it like this. Your mind is like a garden. The thoughts you have are like seeds. If you plant negative thoughts, guess what grows? Yep, more negativity. And just like weeds in a garden, negative thoughts can take over and choke out any chance for your dreams to grow. But don't worry, there's good news. Just like you can learn to take care of a garden, you can learn to take care of your thoughts. And that's exactly what Louise Hay's method teaches you to do. Now, you might be wondering, who is this Louise Hay person anyway? Well, let me tell you a bit about her, because her story is pretty amazing. Louise Hay wasn't always a famous teacher. In fact, she had a really tough life at first. She grew up in a home where she was hurt by the people who were supposed to take care of her. As a young woman, she faced even more challenges, including a difficult marriage and a scary diagnosis of cancer. But instead of giving up, Louise decided to look for ways to heal herself. She discovered that many of her problems came from negative thoughts and beliefs she had about herself and the world. So, she started to change those thoughts, and something incredible happened. Her life began to change too. Louise beat cancer, started a new career, and became one of the most loved teachers in the self-help world. She wrote books that have helped millions of people, including her most famous one, You Can Heal Your Life. It sold over 50 million copies worldwide. What made Louise special was her simple but powerful message. Your thoughts create your life. She believed that by changing our thoughts, we could change anything, our health, our success, our happiness, everything. Louise didn't use complicated words or hard-to-understand ideas. She talked to people like a kind, wise friend, always encouraging them to love themselves and believe in their own power. She taught that affirmations, positive statements you repeat to yourself, could actually change your life. For example, one of her most famous affirmations is, I love and approve of myself. It sounds simple, but saying this to yourself every day can make a big difference in how you feel and what you do. Louise's teachings weren't just about positive thinking. They were about really understanding the connection between your mind and your life. She showed people how to dig deep and find the root causes of their problems, and then how to change them. What's really cool about Louise Hay's method is that it's not just for big, life-changing problems. You can use it for everyday things too. Want to feel more confident at work? There's an affirmation for that. Want to improve your relationships? Louise had ideas for that too. Louise passed away in 2017 at the age of 90, but her teachings live on. People all over the world still use her methods to improve their lives. And that's why we're talking about her today, because her simple but powerful ideas can help you manifest your dreams too. So, are you ready to learn how to use Louise Hay's method? Are you ready to start planting the seeds of positivity in your mind's garden? Great! In the next part of this video, we're going to dive into the first key of Louise Hay's method, the mirror principle. This is where things start to get really exciting. So stay tuned. Now that we know a bit about Louise Hay, let's talk about one of the most important ideas in her teachings, the mirror principle. This principle is like the foundation of a house. Everything else is built on top of it. So, what exactly is the mirror principle? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. Louise Hay taught that our lives are like a mirror, reflecting back to us what we think and believe. In other words, what you see in your life is a reflection of what's going on in your mind. Let's break this down with a simple example. Imagine you wake up one morning and think, "Today is going to be a terrible day." You go about your day with this thought in your mind. Maybe you spill your coffee, get stuck in traffic, or have an argument with a coworker. At the end of the day, you might say, "See, I knew it was going to be a terrible day." But here's the thing. According to the mirror principle, you didn't just predict a bad day. You actually helped create it. Your negative thought in the morning set the tone for your whole day. You were more likely to notice the bad things that happened and maybe even unconsciously make choices that led to more negative experiences. Now, let's flip that around. Imagine waking up and thinking, "Today is going to be a great day." With this positive thought, you might smile more, be more patient in traffic, or handle that disagreement with your coworker more calmly. At the end of the day, you'd probably feel like you had a pretty good day. This doesn't mean that nothing bad ever happens if you think positive thoughts. Life isn't that simple. But the mirror principle suggests that our thoughts and beliefs play a big role in shaping our experiences and how we interpret them. Louise Hay took this idea even further. She believed that our thoughts and beliefs could affect not just our day-to-day experiences, but big things in our lives too, like our health, our relationships, and our success. For example, if you have a deep-down belief that you're not good enough, that belief might show up in your life in all sorts of ways. You might have trouble finding a job you love, or you might stay in unhealthy relationships. Your life becomes a mirror, reflecting back this belief that you're not good enough. But remember, mirrors can reflect good things too. If you believe you're worthy of love and success, your life will start to reflect that back to you. You might find yourself attracting better opportunities or healthier relationships. Now, you might be thinking, "Wait a minute. Are you saying I'm responsible for everything in my life?" Not exactly. Louise Hay's teachings acknowledge that there are many things in life we can't control. What the mirror principle suggests is that we have more control over our experiences than we might think through the power of our thoughts and beliefs. This idea can be both exciting and a little scary. It's exciting because it means we have the power to change our lives by changing our thoughts. But it can be scary too, because it means we have to take responsibility for our thoughts and beliefs. The good news is, once you understand the mirror principle, you can start using it to your advantage. Instead of letting your thoughts run on autopilot, you can start choosing thoughts that reflect the life you want to create. For example, if you want more love in your life, you might start thinking and saying things like, "I am worthy of love," or "I attract loving relationships." If you want more success in your career, you might affirm, "I am capable and deserving of success." Of course, just thinking these thoughts once or twice isn't going to magically change your life overnight. It takes time and consistent practice. But according to Louise Hay, if you keep at it, you'll start to see changes. Your life will slowly but surely start to reflect these new, positive thoughts and beliefs. The mirror principle is powerful, but it's just the beginning. In the next part of this video, we're going to talk about one of the main tools Louise Hay taught for changing your thoughts and beliefs: positive affirmations. These are like seeds you can plant in the garden of your mind to grow the life you want. But before we move on, take a moment to think about your own life. What do you see reflected back at you? Are there areas where negative thoughts might be creating negative experiences? How might your life change if you started to shift those thoughts to more positive ones? Remember, according to Louise Hay, the power to change your life is already within you. It's all about learning to use that power. And that's exactly what we're going to keep exploring in this video. So, are you ready to dive deeper into Louise Hay's method? Great. Let's keep going. Now that we understand the mirror principle, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools Louise Hay taught for changing our thoughts and beliefs: positive affirmations. So, what exactly are affirmations? Well, they're simply positive statements that you repeat to yourself. They're like little messages you send to your brain, telling it what you want to believe and what you want to see in your life. Louise Hay believed that many of us have negative thoughts and beliefs running through our minds all day long. Things like, "I'm not good enough," "I'll never succeed," or "bad things always happen to me." These negative thoughts are like a bad radio station playing in the background of our minds, influencing how we feel and act. Affirmations are like changing the station to something more positive. Instead of, I'm not good enough, you might affirm, I am worthy and deserving of good things. Instead of, I'll never succeed, you could say, I am capable of achieving my goals. Now, you might be wondering, how can just saying nice things to myself make a difference? Well, it's all about repetition and belief. Think about it this way. How did you learn that 2 plus 2 is equal to 4? You probably repeated it over and over in school until it became a fact in your mind. Affirmations work the same way. By repeating positive statements regularly, you're teaching your brain new facts about yourself and the world. It's like you're reprogramming your mind. At first, these new positive thoughts might feel strange or even false. But if you keep repeating them, they'll start to feel more natural. Eventually, they can replace the old, negative thoughts that have been holding you back. Louise Hay taught that not all affirmations are created equal. To be effective, affirmations should follow a few guidelines. Use the present tense. Say, I am rather than I will be. This tells your brain that the positive statement is true right now. Keep it positive. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. For example, I am healthy is better than I am not sick. Make it personal. Use I statements to make the affirmation about you. Keep it short and simple. Affirmations should be easy to remember and repeat. Make it believable. Start with affirmations that you can believe, even if just a little bit. As your belief grows, you can make your affirmations bigger. Louise Hay created hundreds of affirmations for different areas of life. Here are a few popular ones. For self-love, I love and approve of myself. For abundance, I am open and receptive to all the good and abundance in the universe. For health, my body is always working towards optimal health. For relationships, I attract loving and supportive relationships into my life. For career success, I am worthy of a satisfying and well-paid career. Louise Hay recommended using affirmations throughout the day. Here are some ways you can incorporate them into your routine. Morning routine. Start your day by looking in the mirror and saying your affirmations out loud. Sticky notes. Write your affirmations on sticky notes and put them where you'll see them often, like on your bathroom mirror or computer screen. Phone reminders. Set reminders on your phone to pop up with your affirmations throughout the day. Before bed, end your day by repeating your affirmations as you're falling asleep. During stressful moments, use your affirmations when you're facing a challenge or feeling negative emotions. Remember, the key is consistency. The more you repeat your affirmations, the more impact they'll have. Now, let's be honest. When you first start using affirmations, you might feel a bit silly. You might think, this is ridiculous. Saying, I am successful won't make me successful. Louise Hay understood this resistance. She taught that it's normal and even expected. Those doubts are just your old beliefs trying to stick around. The key is to keep going, even when you don't fully believe the affirmations yet. She suggested that if an affirmation feels too big or unbelievable, you can start with something smaller. For example, if I am wealthy feels like too much of a stretch, you could start with, I am open to increasing my wealth, or I am learning to manage my money wisely. You might be wondering, is there any science behind this, or is it just wishful thinking? Well, research in psychology and neuroscience has shown that positive self-talk, which is essentially what affirmations are, can indeed have beneficial effects. Studies have found that self-affirmation can help reduce stress, increase problem-solving abilities under pressure, and even make people more open to behavior change. It's thought that affirmations work by broadening our perspective and reducing the impact of threats to our self-image. In other words, when we regularly remind ourselves of our positive qualities and values, we become more resilient in the face of challenges and more open to positive change in our lives. One important thing to remember about affirmations is that they're not magic spells. Louise Hay never taught that you could just say positive things and then sit back and wait for your life to change. Instead, affirmations are meant to shift your mindset and open you up to new possibilities. They help you believe in yourself and your abilities, but you still need to take action towards your goals. For example, if your affirmation is, I am successful in my career, you should also be doing things to support that success, like learning new skills, networking, or applying for new opportunities. The affirmation helps you believe it's possible, which then motivates you to take the necessary actions. Remember the mirror principle we talked about earlier? Affirmations are one of the main ways to apply that principle in your life. By consciously choosing positive thoughts and repeating them regularly, you're changing what you're projecting into the mirror of life. Over time, as your thoughts and beliefs change, you may start to notice your experiences changing too. You might find yourself feeling more confident, attracting more positive people and opportunities, or handling challenges with greater ease. Of course, this doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that takes time and patience. But according to Louise Hay, if you stick with it, the results can be truly life-changing. As we wrap up this section on affirmations, I want to encourage you to give them a try. Pick one area of your life you'd like to improve and create a simple, positive affirmation for it. Repeat it to yourself several times a day for the next week and see how you feel. Remember, you have the power to choose your thoughts. And according to Louise Hay, when you choose thoughts of positivity, self-love, and abundance, you're taking the first step towards manifesting your dreams. In the next section, we're going to explore another crucial aspect of Louise Hay's teachings, the importance of self-love and acceptance. This goes hand in hand with affirmations and is key to truly transforming your life. So, let's keep going on this journey of discovery and self-improvement. Now that we've explored affirmations, let's dive into another crucial part of Louise Hay's teachings, self-love and acceptance. This might sound simple, but it's actually one of the most powerful and transformative aspects of her method. Louise Hay believed that loving yourself is the key to everything good in life. She often said, "You've been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens." But what does self-love really mean? It's not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about accepting yourself fully, flaws and all. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer to a good friend. According to Louise Hay, when you truly love and accept yourself, amazing things start to happen. You become more confident, you make better choices, and you attract more positive experiences into your life. It's like you're sending a message to the universe saying, "I deserve good things." And the universe responds by giving you more good things. Building self-love isn't always easy, especially if you've spent years being hard on yourself. But Louise Hay taught that it's a skill you can learn and strengthen over time. Here are some exercises she recommended. Mirror work. This was one of Louise's favorite techniques. Stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes, and say, "I love and accept you," your name. Do this every day, even if it feels awkward at first. Over time, you'll start to believe it. Forgiveness. Hold yourself with compassion for past mistakes. Say to yourself, "I forgive myself for whatever you're holding against yourself. I release the need to hold on to this pain. I am free." Gratitude for your body. Thank your body for all it does for you. You might say, "Thank you, legs, for carrying me through my day. Thank you, heart, for beating and keeping me alive." Positive self-talk. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself in your head. When you catch yourself being self-critical, pause and rephrase your thoughts in a kinder way. Self-care. Do something nice for yourself every day, even if it's small. Take a relaxing bath, read a book you enjoy, or take a walk in nature. Remember, self-love is not selfish. When you love yourself, you have more love to give to others too. One of the biggest obstacles to self-love is what Louise Hay called limiting beliefs. These are negative ideas we have about ourselves that hold us back. Things like, "I'm not good enough," "I don't deserve success," or "I'm too old to change." Louise taught that these limiting beliefs often come from childhood experiences or things we were told when we were young. But just because we've believed something for a long time doesn't mean it's true. Identify the belief. Pay attention to your negative self-talk and write down the beliefs you notice. Question the belief. Ask yourself, is this really true? Where did I learn this? Does believing this help me or hurt me? Replace the belief. Create a new, positive belief to replace the old one. For example, if your old belief was, I'm not smart enough, your new belief might be, I am capable of learning and growing. This process takes time and practice, but it can be incredibly powerful in changing how you see yourself and your life. Now that we've talked about self-love and affirmations, let's move on to another powerful tool in Louise Hay's method, visualization. This technique is all about using your imagination to create the life you want. Visualization is like daydreaming with a purpose. It's the practice of creating detailed mental images of what you want to achieve or experience. Louise Hay believed that visualization was a way to communicate your desires to the universe and to prepare your mind for positive change. The idea behind visualization is based on the principle that your mind doesn't always know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you visualize something clearly and regularly, your brain starts to believe it's real, which can lead to changes in your behavior and choices that help make that vision a reality. Louise Hay taught that effective visualization involves more than just seeing images in your mind. Here's how she suggested doing it. Relax. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Take a few deep breaths to relax your body and mind. Create a clear image. Imagine what you want as clearly as possible. What does it look like? What sounds are there? What can you smell or touch? Feel the emotions. This is crucial. Don't just see the image. Feel how you would feel if it were real. If you're visualizing success, feel the joy and pride. If it's a loving relationship, feel the love and happiness. Make it present tense. Visualize as if your desire is happening right now, not in the future. Practice regularly. Do your visualization exercise daily, even if it's just for a few minutes. Be open to how it happens. While you're clear about what you want, stay open to how it might come into your life. The universe might have plans you haven't thought of. Louise Hay often recommended combining visualization with affirmations for extra power. As you visualize what you want, repeat a related affirmation. For example, if you're visualizing yourself in your dream job, you might affirm, I am successful and fulfilled in my perfect job. Let's try a short visualization exercise right now. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Now, imagine yourself a year from now, having achieved an important goal. See yourself clearly. Where are you? What are you wearing? Who's with you? How do you feel? Really let yourself feel the joy and pride of this accomplishment. Now, open your eyes. How do you feel? This is just a taste of what visualization can do. With regular practice, it can become a powerful tool for manifesting your dreams. We've talked about the power of positive thinking, but Louise Hay also recognized that it's not enough to just think positive thoughts if we're still holding on to deep-seated negative beliefs. That's why an important part of her method is learning how to identify and release these negative beliefs. Negative beliefs are like invisible barriers that hold us back. They're often so ingrained that we don't even realize we have them. Some common negative beliefs include, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve love/success/happiness. The world is a dangerous place. I can't trust anyone. I'll never have enough money. These beliefs can affect every area of our lives, from our relationships to our careers to our health. They can stop us from taking risks, trying new things, or believing in ourselves. Louise Hay believed that many of our negative beliefs form in childhood. They might come from things our parents or teachers said, experiences we had, or conclusions we drew about the world. Even if these beliefs aren't true or helpful, we often carry them into adulthood without questioning them. The first step in releasing negative beliefs is becoming aware of them. Here are some ways to uncover your negative beliefs. Pay attention to your self-talk. Notice the negative things you say to yourself. These often point to underlying beliefs. Look at your life patterns. Do you keep having the same problems in relationships or at work? These patterns might be driven by negative beliefs. Explore your fears. What are you afraid of? Fear often comes from negative beliefs about ourselves or the world. Write in a journal. Free writing can help bring subconscious beliefs to the surface. Once you've identified a negative belief, Louise Hay suggested this process for transforming it. Acknowledge the belief. Don't judge yourself for having this belief. Just recognize that it's there. Thank the belief. This might sound strange, but thank the belief for trying to protect you in some way. Even negative beliefs often start as a way to keep us safe. Choose to let it go. Decide that you're ready to release this belief. You might say, I choose to release the belief that negative belief. It no longer serves me. Replace with a positive belief. Create a new, positive belief to take its place. For example, if your old belief was, I'm not good enough, your new belief might be, I am worthy and deserving of good things. Reinforce the new belief. Use affirmations, visualization, and mirror work to strengthen your new, positive belief. Remember, changing deep-seated beliefs takes time and patience. Be gentle with yourself in this process. Louise Hay also taught that forgiveness is a crucial part of releasing negative beliefs and healing our lives. This includes forgiving others who may have hurt us, but also forgiving ourselves for past mistakes. Forgiveness doesn't mean saying that what happened was okay. It means choosing to release the pain and anger so that you can move forward. Louise often said, forgiveness is for you, not for the other person. A simple forgiveness exercise Louise recommended is to say, I forgive you. You are free, and I am free. You can say this to yourself in the mirror, or visualize saying it to someone else. As we wrap up this section, let's take a moment to see how all these pieces fit together. The mirror principle shows us that our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality. Affirmations and visualization help us choose and reinforce positive thoughts. Self-love and acceptance create a foundation for positive change. And releasing negative beliefs makes room for new, empowering ones to take root. All of these tools work together to help you create the life you want. It's like you're the gardener of your mind, pulling out the weeds of negative thoughts and beliefs, and planting seeds of positivity and self-love. Remember, this is a journey. It takes time and practice to change long-held thoughts and beliefs. But according to Louise Hay, the results are worth it. As you continue to use these tools, you may find yourself feeling happier, more confident, and more in control of your life. In the next section, we'll talk about how to put all of these ideas into practice in your daily life. We'll look at creating a step-by-step plan for using Louise Hay's method to manifest your dreams. Are you ready? Let's keep going. Now that we've explored the key components of Louise Hay's method, let's talk about how to put it all together into a daily practice. Remember, consistency is key when it comes to manifesting your dreams. Louise Hay believed that starting your day with positive practices sets the tone for everything that follows. Here's a step-by-step guide to create your own daily routine. Morning mirror work. Start your day by looking in the mirror and saying, I love you, your name. Follow this with a few of your chosen affirmations. Gratitude practice. List 3 things you're grateful for. This helps shift your focus to the positive aspects of your life. Visualization. Spend 5 to 10 minutes visualizing your goals as if they've already happened. Remember to engage all your senses and feel the positive emotions. Positive affirmations. Repeat your chosen affirmations throughout the day. You might set reminders on your phone or put sticky notes in places you'll see often. Mindful awareness. Throughout the day, pay attention to your thoughts. When you catch negative self-talk, pause and replace it with a positive affirmation. Evening reflection. Before bed, review your day. Acknowledge the good things that happened and how you responded to challenges. This is also a good time to practice forgiveness if needed. Bedtime affirmations. End your day with positive thoughts by repeating some gentle, soothing affirmations as you fall asleep. Remember, this is just a suggested routine. Feel free to adjust it to fit your lifestyle and what feels right for you. As you start using Louise Hay's method, you might face some challenges. Maybe you'll have days where you forget to do your practices, or times when you feel like nothing is changing. This is normal. Here's how to handle these moments. Be patient. Change takes time. Trust the process and keep going, even when you don't see immediate results. Be gentle with yourself. If you miss a day or slip into negative thinking, don't beat yourself up. Just acknowledge it and start again. Celebrate small wins. Notice and appreciate even small positive changes. They're signs that you're on the right track. Adjust as needed. If something doesn't feel right, it's okay to change it. Maybe you need different affirmations or a new visualization. Trust your intuition. Seek support. Consider joining a support group or finding a friend who's also interested in personal growth. Sharing your journey can be very motivating. While Louise Hay emphasized the power of thoughts and beliefs, she also recognized the importance of taking action. Manifesting isn't just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about aligning your actions with those thoughts. As you practice this method, pay attention to ideas or impulses that come to you. Maybe you'll feel inspired to take a class, reach out to someone, or try something new. These could be signs pointing you toward your dreams. When you take inspired action, you're partnering with the universe to make your dreams a reality. It's like you're meeting the universe halfway. You do your part and trust that the universe will do its part too. It can be helpful to keep a journal of your journey. Write down your goals, your daily practices, and any changes you notice in your life. This can help you see your progress over time, which can be very encouraging. You might also want to regularly review and update your affirmations and visualizations. As you grow and change, your dreams might evolve too. That's perfectly okay. This method is flexible and can grow with you. The mirror principle teaches us that our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality. Positive affirmations help us change our thoughts and beliefs. Visualization allows us to create clear mental images of what we want. Self-love and acceptance form the foundation for positive change. Releasing negative beliefs makes room for new, empowering ones. Consistent daily practice is key to making lasting changes. Remember, manifesting your dreams isn't about magical thinking or ignoring reality. It's about changing your inner world so that you can more effectively navigate and shape your outer world. It's about becoming the kind of person who can achieve your dreams. This method isn't a quick fix. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. There will be challenges along the way, but according to Louise Hay, the rewards are worth it. As you practice these techniques, you may find yourself becoming more positive, more confident, and more open to the good things life has to offer. Louise Hay often said, "You have the power to heal your life." Her method gives you tools to tap into that power. But the most important ingredient is you, your commitment, your belief, and your willingness to change. So, are you ready to start manifesting your dreams? Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Why not start right now? Choose an affirmation that resonates with you. Look in the mirror and say it with conviction. You've just taken your first step on this exciting journey. Thank you for joining me in exploring Louise Hay's powerful method for manifesting dreams. I hope you found it inspiring and useful. Remember, you have within you everything you need to create a life you love. Believe in yourself, be patient with the process, and keep moving forward. Your dreams are waiting for you.